So be honest, right now, how many things are on your to-do list, your achievement list, which I prefer to call it? 10, 20, 30? Great. So wait till the end of the day and then tell me how many more have been added. It can be the smallest little 5-minute, 2-minute tasks, but it all adds up. And somewhere along the way, you come to a point where you're like, I just don't even know where to start. Like, honestly, comment below if this is you. If you have thought, I have no idea where to start right now. Do I start with the 5-minute things and then leave the longer things till afterwards? Do I do the longer tasks first and then the little 5-minute things afterwards? Where do I start? I just don't know. And very often it kind of paralyzes us. This question in our mind just makes us go, okay, well, I don't know where to start. And actually you end up never starting. So then you become stressed and it becomes a toxic cycle because you're so stressed that you've got so much to do, but you've got so much to do, you don't know where to start. And it's just like, help. So that is what I'm going to address today. I'm just going to give you just one technique that you can try that might make a difference. Because I could do 5 tips, I could do 10 tips, make it a really long video, but your time is precious. So without further ado, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. My name is Miss Paris. On my channel you can find tips, advice and information all about teaching, as well as being able to follow along with my own personal journey. So with that, let's just get started. No more dilly-dallying. How do I prioritize my tasks and how do I decide what to do first? Well, here is the answer for you. You're probably going to think that I'm going to say something about stationery. Nope, I am not. This is just a random notebook that I have picked out of a desk drawer. However, the thing I wanted to introduce to you, please don't judge how I hold my pen, I know, is Eisenhower's matrix. Okay, so Eisenhower came up with this matrix in order to help us prioritize tasks. If you want to Google it further, there you go. And basically it's like this quadrant. Not equal, doesn't matter, this is just an example. I'm also holding the camera in my hand, so it's easier said than done to do this. Now, Eisenhower has created 4 different boxes. Here we have urgent, just imagine it's like a column. Here we have not urgent. Here we have important. And here we have, you've guessed it, not important. And depending on what square you write your tasks in, depends on how you're going to react to that task. So guess what? If something is urgent and it's important, anything in there is your top priority. All the rest can wait. This is the do section. This is where you have to make that stuff happen. It might be because if you don't react to it, there might be a kind of sanction, e.g. if you don't pay your bills or you don't pay your mortgage, your house might be repossessed. It might be that actually it's a deadline from work or a deadline for the kids. Obviously, if you have an English lesson tomorrow, you need to make sure you have that English lesson for tomorrow. It's not going to appear on your desk first thing in the morning. Those are the things that you need to prioritize. If you think, right, I'm going to work till 8 p.m, those are the things you're going to work on. Then you have the not urgent, important things. Now, these are the ones that you can decide when to do. They're the things that you schedule in. So you might schedule it for a month's time, 2 months time, whenever. It might be, let's say, reports, because we all know that comes up and we all dread that time of year. But you might think, right, it's 3 months in, I'm just gonna have a little bit of a note-taking session of what we've covered so far or what my initial thoughts on the children are and their progress are. Cool, that's not urgent, but actually it's important and it could really help you out, could really help your future self out with those reports. Then you've got urgent but not important. Now for these, wherever you can, as best as you can, try and delegate these tasks. Try and delegate them, and by delegate them I don't just mean pass them on to somebody else. It might even be that they start something off for you, or they try and take some of that mental load away. If you print everything off for the week, and maybe if you've got a TA that has some time, you could say, okay, I've put them into folders for you, please could you just stick them in? Or maybe it's the master and you ask them to photocopy it. Whatever, that's just an example. It could be that actually you've got something coming up and you know your other half has some time, please could you get a start on this, or please could you write this email for this person because it involves both of you, but actually it ended up on your to-do list. Could you pass it on to them? And then you've got possibly my favorite box, not urgent, not important. And with that, you just delete it. You just delete it, or it can wait till another week or month or year. It's one of those things that actually you really want to do very often, the not urgent and not important, other things that have our heart. But if you are overwhelmed and you are at a point of freezing because you just don't know what to do, that stuff can be crossed off. Don't even let it linger in your head, just get rid of it. Okay, so let's summarize. Right, I'm trying my hardest here, okay, so bear with me because I'm trying to look through the camera to do this. So if it's urgent and important, this means you have to do it. So any tasks in here, you can't procrastinate on these. Then in the not urgent important, you have to decide when to do it and you need to schedule it in. I'm not gonna squeeze that in, so there we go, schedule it in. Then we've got the urgent and not important. Normally I would write this sideways, but I thought that was way too difficult to do with the camera. So you're just gonna have to imagine. You've got urgent and not important. This is where you need to try and delegate. Now, I am a realist. Sometimes you're not able to delegate. Some teachers don't have teaching assistants, for example, but where possible, try and find a way for that load to be minimized. Whether it is, for example, using ChatGPT to give you some of those ideas for an exciting lesson, or how on earth am I going to meet this objective and make it fun for the kids. Already that starts to minimize the workload. Then you can select some you like, adapt it to your class, etc, etc. I made a whole video about how you can use ChatGPT to save you multiple hours a week, so I will link that in the description. If not, just go to my videos on YouTube and then it's a few videos down. And then the last one, not urgent, not important, then guess what? We delete it from our list. It is gone, okay? So what I would do afterwards, once you've written this out, you could either have a master so you remember what each box is and you could draw it out fresh here, but afterwards you're going to write all the tasks out. You're going to classify them and then react accordingly. Little bit of a side note, my handwriting is normally very neat. I am rushing that, but I hope that you can see actually when you're feeling that overwhelm, just doing that, forcing yourself to classify those tasks, you kind of answer the question yourself. Anything in that urgent, important, get cracking with. But actually, if you do this matrix either weekly, daily, you can already then form different lists. You can do a do list, you can do a schedule list, you could do a delegate list, for example. Using this matrix is so flexible but so helpful to kind of give you the kick up the bum that you need to do whatever it is and just minimize that overwhelm a little bit, because you could do this without being overwhelmed. But I found this out during summer, and ever since then, I mean, do I have any here? Okay, mine's on a little post-it note, but you can see I've already like cornered tasks off, and it makes the world of difference. So let me know if you're going to try this out. Let me know if you've ever heard of it before, and I dare you, tell me how many things are on your to-do list right now, and actually how many are do tasks. I hope that you found this interesting and helpful. Please don't forget to check out all my previous videos if you are an aspiring teacher, a trainee teacher, or an ECT. There are loads of playlists out there that can help you on my channel. If you like it, go subscribe, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.